A viewer emailed me a question that I thought was interesting enough to share. He's planning a series of large ponds for rainbow trout. He says the ponds are around 800 square metres with a max depth of 1.8. He says he's watched a few videos and then he used the bog filter calculator on the website. The calculator recommended an enormous bog filter. His question was basically, surely that can't be right, that big, is there a better way? So he wanted my advice. But first, if you don't know me, my name is Kev, and my aim is to help people build and maintain their ponds without spending a fortune. If that sounds like something that interests you, feel free to subscribe and visit my website ozponds.com. The first thing to understand is that my bog filter formulas and calculators are designed around ecosystem ponds and in a backyard setting on a backyard scale. In an ecosystem pond, we're trying to recreate nature. Fish, plants, bacteria, insects, microorganisms, everything working together. The bog filter becomes an integral part of that ecosystem. It's processing nutrients, growing plants, supporting beneficial bacteria, and creating habitat all at the same time. That's why I like them so much. They're simple, they're reliable, they're beautiful, and when built and sized appropriately, they need very little maintenance. In a trout farm or any aquaculture system, the goal is simply fish production, so the system's optimised to produce as many fish as possible. There are many lessons that are universal when filtering water. It all comes down to managing the inputs. In my own ecosystem style ponds, the fish numbers aren't high and the waste accumulates more slowly, and that suits me as it's less work. I'm lazy. In aquaculture, there's lots of food coming in, you've got high fish numbers, and therefore waste accumulates much faster. And waste always needs to be dealt with eventually. How long and how often depends on what's being produced and what's being removed. So would a bog filter be the best filter for such a large pond with high stocking and high feeding? No, I don't think it would be, at least not in my opinion, and I love bog filters. And if that's the case, what is the best filter? Now I say it often, but every pond is different and every setup is unique. If we look at an old school trout farm setup, and I bet plenty are still run like this, they'll bring in water from a nearby river, they'll fill the pond, they'll keep the ponds well oxygenated, and new water will be constantly coming into the system. This new water is low in nutrients like ammonia, which the fish and high amounts of food are producing. The new water dilutes the nutrients and keeps the water safe for the fish. Essentially, the ponds are like big artificial pools in the river, and the river is diverted to these pools where the fish can be fed heavily. That allows them to grow fast, and then waste will accumulate inside these ponds or pools, and from time to time after the fish have been harvested, the pools or ponds can be drained and the solid waste that accumulates removed. Basically, the river and nature are the main filter. They're providing a new source of fresh, clean water. This is not a closed system. The nutrients produced are being exported downstream. Or maybe the wastewater is used to water nearby crops, or maybe even sent through a constructed wetland before being returned to the river. But my backyard ponds are closed systems, and so are a lot of modern aquaculture systems. So these need to be able to remove solid waste and process the nutrients that build up in the water, like the ammonia mentioned earlier. And like we mentioned, an aquaculture system will produce much more waste than will a backyard pond system. They often solve these problems with specialised equipment instead of a nice big old bog filter. You might see drum filters removing solids, biofilters converting ammonia, degassing towers stripping carbon dioxide, protein skimmers removing dissolved organics, oxygen injection system, and they're constantly monitoring the water parameters. It's a completely different engineering approach, and that doesn't mean bog filters don't work. Constructed wetlands are used all over the world. They're used in wastewater treatment, they're used in agriculture, they're used in horticulture, and cities and catchment authorities use them too. Nature's incredibly good at processing nutrients, so lots of filter systems like to replicate it. So there's nothing new about that. The difference is where they're used and how much work they're expected to do. So could you build a trout pond with a bog filter? Absolutely. If you made it large enough, it'd process an incredible amount of waste. The question isn't whether it would work, the question is whether it's the most practical solution. And because you're talking about very high fish densities, huge amounts of feed and commercial production, The bog filter may need to become enormous, and at that point mechanical filtration and other technologies are just going to be more practical and easier to maintain. So this doesn't change my opinion about bog filters at all. I still think they're one of the best filtration systems available, but like every tool, they have a job that they're best suited to. A hammer isn't a bad tool because it can't tighten a bolt, and a bog filter isn't a bad filter because there's situations where another filter makes more sense. So to properly answer a question like in the email, I'd need to have more information, like how many fish, what kinds of food amounts will you add, is the aim to produce as much fish as possible, how much new water can you bring into the system, and how much regular work are you willing to do. But setting up these kinds of systems isn't my passion or where my personal experience lies. I'm all about low maintenance systems on a backyard scale and on a budget. That's the aim of what Ozponds is, to help people build and maintain their ponds without spending a fortune. And you can learn more on the Ozponds website, or you might like to watch this video that pops up on your screen next. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. See ya.